So, photographers, here's the opportunity that you all missed. Thank you very much.
아, 너무 시도하시는 일 아이가.
Quiet, please.
Good afternoon. It's great to see everyone. And for all those watching and listening on the web, all over the world, all over the universe, it's great to be back in Berlin. Just a short introduction. We finished the last tour in Athens on August the 1st, 2006. The Playing the Angel project being one of the most successful and fulfilling periods in our history. After a while away from Depeche Mode, we met earlier this year to discuss our future plans. The result of this, I have rehearsed this, believe it or not. The result of this has seen us for the last several months working in the studio on new songs written by Martin and Dave, produced by Ben Hillier, who we worked with on Playing the Angel. We are currently on schedule to finish by Christmas, to be released early next year. You might not have noticed, but we cunningly played a small couple of snippets of the new material before we came on. I can also announce that today we have agreed a new deal with Mute and EMI for the whole universe. Thank you. The success of these sessions has brought us here to Berlin to this press conference to announce the next stage of our plans. Touring has always been important to Depeche Mode and is one of the main reasons for our huge fan base around the world, and has provided us with some of our fondest and most emotional moments of our career. Going back to 2006 in Athens, I would like to mention that this wasn't supposed to be the last gig of that tour. It was supposed to be in Tel Aviv in Israel, which was cancelled due to the military situation at the time. We can now confirm that Depeche Mode will be touring next year. The modestly titled Tour of the Universe will so far take us to Europe, North America and South America, with the scheduled dates for Europe announced today. For the enduring patience of the great Israeli fans, the first date will be in Tel Aviv on May the 10th, 2009. The mood at the moment within Depeche Mode is at a real high point, and we are confident that both tour and album will be at the highest level our fans have always expected of us.
You want to do it on there or not?
Should do that on the...
Want to sit down on there?
Stand up.
Whichever way you want.
This is fine.
This is fine?
Yeah.
Good, good. We just think hot.
And now we'll take some questions.
Fragen, bitte schön Sie. Laut, wenn es geht. Ich weiß nicht, ob wir da durchkommen.
We were Depeche Mode very early in our career. We did do dates behind the Iron Curtain, and for us they were very interesting. And because of that, we are extremely popular in the former Eastern Bloc countries and remain some of our most devoted fans. And the time we've spent in Bulgaria, we've really enjoyed. Yeah. Fantastic.
Next.
Hello, my name is Lavinia Peter. I'm working for Deutsche Welle. Welcome to Berlin first. I have a question for you, Dave. How many songs from the new album have you composed? Thank you very much.
From the at the moment, we've recorded 2, and probably be another couple maybe that we'll record. But we've got so many songs this time. Martin's written some really fantastic songs, and. This is the first time we've been in a position really where it's going to be difficult to choose the album.
I have to release a triple album.
But we're well on the way to to finishing, so we'll see at the end. But it's difficult to say at this stage.
Hello, Antonio Seidemann from the newspaper TZ in Munich. A question about Mr. Corbyn. How important is the cooperation with Mr. Corbyn, and what have we to expect?
Where are you? Put your hand up.
Where is he?
Here he is. Sorry, ask the question again.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing? Just wanted to know how important is the cooperation with Mr. Corbyn, and what have we to expect in the next tour?
Yeah, Anton's been busy working on the artwork, and we're very excited about what he's come up with. At this stage, we don't know if he'll be involved in the stage set. As I'm sure you know, he's been busy making films, making a film that was very successful, and we're very proud of him. But we'll see. But he's certainly going to be involved. He's already been taking photographs of us, and he's definitely involved in the artwork. And at this stage, we don't know if he'll be involved in the stage set.
Thank you. Next. Over there.
Okay, hello. This is Vladimir Kisha from Czech fan club Depeche Mode Friends. What is the meaning of Tour of the Universe title? Is there any mystery or something behind?
We have actually been told by some very important people in the US military that we will be finding life from other planets. So we want to be the first group that actually goes there.
We're just trying to keep all the options open, just in case.
Hello, I'm Shana from M6, which is a French TV partner of Depeche Mode for this tour.
Hello.
We've been partners for ages, and we are very proud to be your partners. We also be realizing 20 years after 101 a special documentary about your fans all across Europe. My question is, for the very first time in Depeche Mode history, you will be playing in Stade de France. How does it feel like not to play in Bercy? And because the French fans are very proud of this. And Dave, you released last year a very good solo album, and the fans were very frustrated because you didn't go on tour. So, will you plan on singing 1 or 2 songs from your solo album on this tour?
I don't think so, but thanks for that. But no, we're very excited about playing the stadium, to answer your question, and yeah, it's something new for us to do. This tour is a big challenge for us, and we wanted to do something different. So, we just actually heard today that was definitely confirmed. Yeah, so we're very excited about it. Thank you.
Hi there. My name is Thilo. I have a question for Martin. Regarding your time in Berlin, you used to live here in the 80s. So how is it nowadays if you come back and spin, for instance, at a club like Cookies and remembering the old times, or also the other guys in Risiko Bar or the Jungle? Could you tell us something about that, about the old days in Berlin?
Don't really remember much about it. I used to I liked living here back then, but it was the 80s. It was a blur.
Story about you in a shopping trolley with your friend going down on Kudam. Could you remember this?
That sounds about right.
Right here, man.
Hello. Martina Hafner, newspaper BZ. You play in Tel Aviv. Are you kind of afraid playing in the war area, war country?
No, I mean, obviously we don't want to play concerts in war countries. I think it could be dangerous for people going there, and but we don't regard Israel as being permanently in a war situation. So we was actually very unlucky on the last tour because it just happened for that period, a few months, I believe. So we were very, very unlucky. But we've never been scared of going to places like Belfast and places that have conflicts. But we wouldn't go to a war territory. No.
And you always find as well that, it's an opportunity to bring something really positive and to bring people together and as a celebration, and it's something that, as you all know, Depeche Mode concerts are always that. And so really, music kind of crosses over those boundaries, and I think it is something that universally brings people together.
Hello, this is Zsuzsa Molnár here from the Hungarian radio, MR6. Hello. I have two questions, if it's possible. Have you ever gone through a creative crisis?
Yes. Can I leave it at that? No, there have definitely been times when, it's been a struggle to write enough songs for an album. I think I particularly suffered after the success of Violator, because I felt that it had taken us on to another level. But eventually I came up with enough songs, and it's never been bad enough that we've never managed, not managed to put a record out.
Hello, my name is Simonida. I'm from Serbia, from newspaper Blitz. You play next year first time in Belgrade. What is your expectations?
Yeah, well, I mean, Belgrade is one of the few sort of countries or capitals we haven't played in Europe, so we're really excited. We know we've got a lot of fans there, and it's going to be great.
My name is Gabriel Spar from Billboard magazine. What made it you to choose Berlin for this press conference and for the kickoff of the European tour?
I don't know. I think it just seemed like the right thing to do. Marek, I have to give credit to as well, and to Jonathan Kessler. We've done a lot of work here. We've spent a lot of time here over the years, and of course Germany has always been really kind to us. And you couldn't really think of a better place to announce our tour.
Me and Andy saw the last World Cup final here as well on our last tour, and we were thinking this would be a good place to announce our next one.
Hi, my name is Carsten. I'm located here in Germany. I have a question to the band. Some Berlin-based fans are producing a documentation about the East Berlin concert about 20 years ago. Do you remember that show, and what was it like to play here?
Yeah, it was pretty strange. The audience was made up of, well, even when we did the sound check, there was about 800 police in there. And we found out afterwards that basically most of the audience were, members of the security forces or whatever. And they also didn't allow all the fans, the other fans, the real fans, I should say, were sort of kept about sort of 5 or 6 miles from the actual gig, But it was still good. It was very interesting, And these sort of things do, sort of are good for you in a sense, It was strange though, because Martin was actually banned from going into East Germany once, to East Berlin, on the tube.
Hi, I'm Krzysztof Saganowski from Polish Depeche Mode side. My question is, on the last tour you recorded several concerts and released them as live CDs. Do you plan the same on the upcoming tour? I mean, to record the concerts and release them.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. There's definitely been talked about doing, yeah.
Have you seen the Andy Fletcher One Night in Warsaw?
That's one for the archives.
A bad moment. Good concert though.
Hello, I'm working for a Swedish paper. You're not going to Stockholm or Gothenburg, you're going to a small town called Arvika. What do you know about Arvika?
We know it's in Sweden.
And now we know it's a small town.
Hello, my name is Busa from Radio Energy, and I have a simple question about the energy you create on stage for your fans. What do you think is this special magic energy you create for your fans?
I can't see you.
I'm here, guys. Hello, to the left.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, hi. Hi. Here I am, I'm black.
I missed the whole question again because I was looking for you.
I'm just wondering, how does it feel, and what is this magic energy you create for your fans? How does it feel, and what's? I think it's very important.
Well, it's like what I said. It's always been like a celebration, and there's something that happens at a Depeche Mode concert that's really beyond really what you can describe in words. It's just, it really is an amazing thing, and it's an amazing thing to when a lot of people are gathered together and you feel like you're doing something that's positive. We need that.
Hi, I'm Zoltan from the biggest Hungarian paper. Hi, here. How did you approach each other after Athens? How did it come to this? Who made the first phone calls? Did anyone need to be convinced? How did it work this time with Depeche Mode that you are here, three of you?
Yeah, no, it was all very, very natural.
We went to Mark's house.
No, we just, we decided to have a meeting. Me and Dave have both been writing some songs, so we just felt it was the right time to get together and have a meeting. That was simple as that. Earlier this year, maybe, when was it? January or something? No, actually a bit later, yeah, March maybe.
Depeche Mode Turkey website. You will be playing third time in Istanbul, and in the Exciter tour you played somebody out of the playlist for us as a surprise, and the Turkish ones were very happy. And are you planning another surprise for the Turkish fans for this tour?
At the moment, actually doing a set list is very difficult for us because, as you know, we've got so many songs and so many great live songs as well, and we haven't actually started thinking about that yet. Yeah.
Hi guys, my name is Howie. I'm here in front of the cameras, working for Jagalu, the music show on TV Berlin. I was wondering, what kind of show or gig have you seen lately, personally, from other artists? And how did you like it, of course?
Oh yeah. We went. I went to see Yaz in London.
I saw the
Yazoo, the Yaz in America.
The Jonas Brothers with my daughter.
Martin?
It was amazing.
The last one I went to see was Radiohead in Santa Barbara.
I went to see Iron Maiden.
Deep Purple.
Budapest.
Hello, Paweł Słupski, Polish newspaper Gazeta Wyborcza. I would like to ask you about the title of the new album.
What would you like to ask?
What do you think?
I think it's really good. Martin actually came up with the title, and it's he ran it past an old friend of ours, Daryl Bamonte, and I think he had the right reaction.
And Daryl said it's about time that you had another really arrogant title. so that was it. It was sealed. But we're not telling you what it is yet.
Yes, Peter Silberg from Denmark. While this may well be the biggest tour you're doing in terms of venues, you're also leaving out a lot of European cities that you normally go to. Can we expect to see you back during the fall of 2009 for another European leg?
Well, we can't really. What we're going to do is we're going to do this, and then we're going to go to America, then South America, and take it from there. But we'll know by the time that we're going out and performing in like this place. If you guys really want to come see us.
I'm here. Hello, guys. You see me? Yes, you see me. One question. Your new album, you played 2 snippets for us, which were very electronic, very like back to the roots. Is this how the album will sound like as well? And a question to our host. The ticket prices are little... Sorry? Eine Frage auch an den jungen Herrn mit Glatze. Entschuldigung?
He's slightly deaf.
He's deaf, obviously he is.
Yeah.
Eine Frage an Sie. Eine Frage an Sie. Okay, it's... Yes. Well, then I ask you as the band, the ticket prices are very, very high, very much higher than they've been in the last tour. The most expensive ticket here in Berlin is €80. Is this something you appreciated, something you realize at all, or you say, we can't
First and foremost, this is not for the... Sorry if I have to work in. It's not correct. The prices are between 55 and 65, plus surcharges, certain surcharges. They are on the other websites. They are at least double that price. Never mind, we're not going to lead that discussion. I think they're absolutely fair compared to other prices. I think they're reasonable. They're at the lower end of ticket prices compared to other major tours. Comparing it to Madonna U2, it's absolutely favorable to that.
It's a good question. It's a good question that you asked. And we are very, very conscious about our ticket prices, and it's something that we do get involved in, and we have discussions about, and we try and be as fair as we can. And Merrick made a good point that some of our contemporaries and other bands that charge ridiculous amounts of money to their fans. We do what we can with that, and we want to put on a good show for you guys, and that costs money.
Here. Lavinia Pitu, Deutsche Welle again. I'm here, to your left side. On your left side. Here. This is your left side, yeah. I wanted to ask you another question. During your tours, do you have any time in your leisure time to take a walk in certain cities or so without people jumping on you? And if so, where do you like it most, or where do you feel home? Or thank you.
We don't get much time. I think this tour has a few more days off. But you go out for a walk and it's nice. And, it's good to be jumped on sometimes. Depends who's jumping on you.
Hello, Nathalie Uriai from Express Düsseldorf. I've got 2 questions, if I can. You choose again Düsseldorf and the LTU Arena. What do you like? And during the tour, are there some moments that you can't see each other, that you're unnerved, maybe, from the other one?
Of course there are times, if we're on tour together for a year or whatever it is, almost a year, there are times when, you don't really want to see the other members of the band or other members of the crew or whatever, and it would be nice to just disappear for a month. But, it's something that we take on and something that we have to do. It's never that unbearable.
No. I mean, on the last tour, actually, it was really good. And, there's been tours when it's been very difficult, but we try and be. You got to take care of yourselves. It's hard work. It's great fun, but you kind of do have to pace it. Sometimes it gets really tough when you're doing a lot of shows, and and we're grateful for the opportunity. But at the same time, you have to be considerate of each other and try and stay present where you are, because it can be quite taxing otherwise. It's like when you spend a lot of time together with anybody after a while. We've just been in the studio for the last 4 weeks, and we've been working on this record for a while. And then after 4 weeks, you need a break. You need a break from the work, and you need a break from each other to be able to come back and feel enthusiastic about it.
Hey guys, a question from Latvia, Riga. There's a very interesting artwork teaser on the on here. Can you explain what that means, and are we going to see something from that in the scenography, or what is the idea about it?
More will be revealed.
Hello, I work for a Romanian magazine here. I have a question about how the recording process went, what your new album will sound from, what sound it will have, what will you bring new? And another question is, when will the first videos appear, and if they will be made by Anton Corbijn or somebody else, and if the first video will be a
I'm just going to get my notepad out. Hold on.
Okay.
The videos we don't know yet. We you know that Anton may be involved. We haven't even talked about things like that yet. We're really concentrating on working on the record. As Fetch pointed out, Ben Hillier producing, who produced Playing the Angel. We're working with a different engineer, a different programmer. Mark, you want to elaborate a little bit on the? Yeah, I mean the sound. You know, we're very aware of what we've done. We always try and we're aware of what we've done before, and that's, you kind of use the last record as your template to, you know, when you're making a new record. So, you know, we're all for always trying new things, and there's a lot of Martin's been buying a lot of equipment. On eBay.
He's got a new addiction.
Yeah. It's a good one. We are surrounded by vintage, like electronic equipment, drum machines, keyboards, and you know we use a lot of the stuff. And you know and yeah, Mark's been playing some great guitar. Christian Niger's been playing some drums, but in his own from his home in Austria, and then he sends them to us. So, you know, we don't know yet, but, you know, you got a little snippet at the beginning of stuff that we've been working on. So.
Question from Aftonbladet Sweden. Besides playing bigger venues, what can we expect this tour to differ from the last one? How?
I think it's too early yet.
We're better looking.
Really don't know.
We're much better looking, don't you think? Yeah.
Yeah, we're announcing this without really knowing what we're going to do. We've still got a long time to think about what we're actually going to play, and the stage set, and what if we're going to use films and what they're going to be like. So hopefully it'll be good.
You know, there's a lot of people, as we're sitting here, you know, there's a lot of people that are involved in what we do. You know, we've worked with some great people over the years, and some of those people we will be continuing to work with, and some will be new. But it's always a challenge for us to work with people and for them to come up with new ideas of how we will present the songs. But, you know, you can expect a lot of songs that I hope you've all grown to love as we have, and some new songs as well, hopefully from the new album.
Mr. Gore, here. Tonio Seidemann, TZ again. You just talked about what it would look like, the next show. The clothes you wear on stage are always something to look forward to. Have you already decided what it will be in next tour?
Just thongs. We're just gonna wear thongs. With some studs.
In fact, silver diamantes.
Martins will be silver, of course, with some wings.
Mine are baggy thongs.
Mine will be black leather.
Hello, Marcin Krokozek, depechemode.pl. What about your official website? Unfortunately, it's the last place in the world when you can find any news about the band.
Well, to be fair, our website just deals with the truth, and the other websites deal with lots of gossip and
like Sarah Palin, the other website.
So we do that on purpose, and we instruct brats to only put things on when they're announced. So,
and to be fair to him, we never talk to him.
Once again from the Hungarian radio here. Hello. So isn't it less exciting to make music nowadays when you are surrounded with all those modern equipments? I mean, in the 80s you had to create your own effects.
It's actually, it's more of a problem now. There's so much around, you know.
Well, funnily enough, we've gone back to using a lot of that equipment that we were using then, and you can do a lot of interesting things with sound. So I'm always surprised by, if you challenge yourself, you can make new sounds.
And like we were saying, we're using a lot of that old stuff anyway, and just getting it to, for some reason it's more difficult these days to get it to run in sync with modern stuff. We're spending most of our time trying to get that to work.
Hello, this is Annette Stiekele from Hamburg Evening Post. One question to the artwork. The first letter, reminds of a cross, or many crosses. Is it going to be darker than ever, what we are going to expect?
Well, it's just in case you get bored during the show, you can play noughts and crosses. That's Anton, and actually, funnily enough, the D and the M was something that we talked about a lot because we wasn't sure if it was really, you'd recognize it. But it's come out really well, I think.
You people think too much.
Hi, Henrik from Copenhagen. It seems like I'm sitting here. In Denmark, every second new band sounds a lot like Depeche Mode. Are you, and other places also, are you aware of the heritage, the mark you have left on the modern music scene?
Yeah, I think we are aware, and it's nice. And but we're just trying, continue and trying to make new good music, And the fact that people like us and want to sound like us is good,
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to ask you, my name is Jana, I'm from the Czech Republic, and I'd like to ask you, how do you like a new music video clip from Coldplay, Viva la Vida, made like Enjoy the Silence?
We don't speak of them.
Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm from Romania, TV News Channel. Okay. Bucharest here. Hello.
I'm sorry, was you talking about the Anton video?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, no, it's very good. Yeah.
Okay. Here I go again. I'm from
And it was
Romania.
very nice of them, sorry. It was very nice of them to do it, and it was, an honour, and they said that they did it as a tribute, and to respect Anton's genius as well, so, it was nice of them to do it.
Yeah. May I? Okay. So, I'm from Romanian TV News Channel, and Bucharest again next year. I remember I fainted at your show, because of the heat, of course. What do you remember about Bucharest?
You sure it was the heat? It wasn't us looking so hot? It was really... We played... did you say Budapest? Bucharest.
Romania, Bucharest. Not
No, we really, all the shows were really good on that last tour, and it was great to play Bucharest for the first time. I have a lot of Romanian friends, and they were very excited. So, it's fantastic, thank you.
Hello, this is Valentin Moraru from Suneta magazine in Romania. We managed to build a huge banner for you at the concert in Bucharest. Do you remember the text on the banner?
Wow. There's a lot of banners. Could you just give us a little hint?
Yes, it was a huge one.
Well, that narrows it down. Let me see. Another hint?
All right. Okay, I think we got to come to the last 5 questions. Last 5, please. Oh, now they
Oh, Marek's getting a bad time here.
Okay, go ahead with the question there. Bina, if you can give them... The microphone is coming just behind you.
Thank you. From the biggest Hungarian people again, Zoltan, the title, I mean Universal Tour, made me think, because you are living out of Britain. Do you consider yourself as a cosmopolite, or are you British? Would you say you're British?
That's a good question. I still live in London, so I do consider myself British, but I might be one of those other things you said as well.
A cosmopolite, whatever.
Cosmonaut.
Cosmonauts. Cosmonauts.
Okay, I have a question for Dave. Has writing your own songs for Depeche Mode changed the way of playing live for you?
Not really, no. It's really nice to sort of just be involved in that and just kind of like get a chance to do something new, for me anyway, and to sort of just stretch, just to stretch myself and try new things. And Martin and Fletch are very supportive, and when it comes to working on them in the studio. But live, it was quite different on the last tour. I got to say, like performing a couple of songs, it's probably more nerve-wracking. You kind of feel a bit more naked.
I'm Lydia from Frankfurt, HR3. What was the weirdest moment that ever happened to you on stage?
Where are you? The weirdest moment on stage. Wow.
Well, for a few years we can't remember.
About 89 to 96.
We can't remember anything, so that's why we've never released a book, so we can't remember what happened. Yeah.
Once again, me here. Hello. I wanted to know who's the first person who can hear your songs, maybe your daughter, or I don't know. And once again, Düsseldorf Arena, do you remember, and why do you come back?
We do remember Düsseldorf Arena, and also it was the place where we had the press conference for the last tour. And it's really hard because all Depeche Mode concerts, are they 100%, 99% good, 99.9? The crowds are always fantastic, and I think we performed very consistently on the last tour. And sure, our kids get to hear the songs. If they want to. We have to force them. No, please listen to them. No, Dad, no.
Hello. I'm Pavel Macku from Czech newspaper Deník Rovnost. I've got a question for Dave Gahan. Dave, your image was same on the Exciter tour and touring the Angel. Will you change your image for Tour of the Universe? Thank you.
Probably not.
We leave it up to Martin to do that.
Okay, I have a question left, Thilo, here. A question left that maybe all the fans are interested in. Is there any comeback for Vince Clarke or Alan Wilder on the tour? Or?
No.
Hello.
All right.
Stephanie from Paris.
Mad Stephanie, you mean?
Mad Stephanie.
Mad
Yes.
Steph.
The best kept secret. Don't make it too public. I just wanted to ask you after.
Like your outfit, by the way. Nice outfit.
Thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to ask you, after a career of about over 25 years, do you still have any unfulfilled dream or goals, musically speaking? I mean, things that you haven't done and that you would like to do before the band is over?
You said musically.
Musically, yes. Or artistically. Anything.
It's just been a fantastic surprise, you know, our career, you know, and what we've achieved and what we've done is just amazing, really. So, you know, to think ahead, you know, we hope there's going to be more amazing things happening. But, you know, we're very proud and very fulfilled of what we've achieved already. Yeah.
Yeah, we're happy to be making a record, or whatever you call them these days, you know, at the moment, and we think that it's, you know, really sounding good and up there with the best of the work we've ever done. So, yeah, that makes us happy.
And here we come to the final question. It's one of the greatest ones around. Please go ahead.
Hello. Michael Spence from Synthetics Magazine. I have a good last question, I think. You've written so many sad songs and you are the funniest guys I've ever seen. Which part... and yet, now the question, which part in your life is the most?
We're like comedians, really.
Every good comedian, you know, they're totally depressed all the time, so we're no different.
Martin, Andy, Dave, thank you very much.
Thank you very
much. It was great having you here. A great honor.
Thanks for coming.
And we'll see you here at Olympic Stadium in June. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Toast.